students, parents, administrators, teachers, and other staff to the 2016 Moving Up Day ceremony for this year's 8th grade class, now the class of 2020. My name is Mike Pipe. I'm the Seneca Towasenta House Principal, and I'll serve tonight as the MC for this evening's program. And before we formally begin, I want to have us note the location of our emergency exits. They're at the entrance to the gymnasium and then directly behind me. I'd like to also take this opportunity to acknowledge publicly the thanks I wish to give to the following people in assisting us in preparing for tonight's activities. First and foremost, I want to thank Mrs. Kelly Cordy, our Seneca House Secretary, for her assistance getting things set up this evening. I'd also like to thank Mr. Andy Maycock, who is a high school teacher here at Dublin High School and also coordinator of the GHS Tech crew. He set up our multimedia system that we have on stage tonight, and for the very first time in the history of our 8th grade Moving Up Day ceremony, we are recording this event. It will be televised on Channel 16, and the dates of that telecast will be advertised on our school's website. I also want to thank Amy Stewart and members of our FMS PTA for all their help in coordinating so many of the details of this evening's event, as well as the mud dance last Friday. I want to thank our 8th grade language arts teachers and our 8th grade teams who assisted in the selection process of tonight's student speakers. I want to thank Michelle Crisafulli, Jamie Mullins, and Michelle Romano, our FMS Student Council advisors who assisted with the organization of our ceremony and the mud dance last Friday. I definitely want to thank Mr. Mitch Karkner and the high school custodial staff. They transformed this facility from a Regents exam site with almost 500 desks and chairs into the arrangement we have tonight. I also want to acknowledge the photographic work on the front cover and interior of our program this evening. That was done by 2 of our Mohawk students, Mansa Upala and Jonah Rosenberg. I also want to acknowledge our poet, Bhumika Devkota, our Seneca 8C student, for the poem that you will see included at the end of the list of our names. How about a nice round of applause to all of these individuals? I also want to acknowledge the guests we have on stage. Superintendent of Dublin Central Schools, Dr. Marie Wiles. Our Board of Education member, Gloria Toll-Hilt, also retired teacher at Farnsworth Middle School for many wonderful years. Our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction, Dr. Damian Singleton. President of our Board of Education, Mr. Alan Simpson. And Mrs. Barbara Fratterigo, also member of our Board of Education. Over to my right, your left, we have Building Principal for Farnsworth Middle School, Mr. Michael Laster. Hiawatha and Mohawk House Principal, Mr. Bill Obie. Assistant Principal for Gilliland High School, Mrs. Amy Horolchik. Representing Mohawk 8th grade, Kaylee Messier. Representing Seneca 8D, Colin Ingraham. Representing Hiawatha 8th grade, Jack Parsons. Clearly, Jack has brought extra people. And also from Seneca, 8th grade, on our HC team, Ms. Sally King. And now I would like to introduce our Student Council Vice President, Colin Ingraham, and our Student Council Representative, Sally King, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
At this point, I would like to welcome to the podium our building principal, Mr. Michael Laster, to make his remarks.
Good evening, parents, relatives, and friends of our awesome 8th grade class sitting before us. Thank you for sharing them with us and allowing us to be part of tonight's celebration. It's a privilege to share this memory with all of you. I'd like to begin tonight by thanking our family and friends who've supported our students along their journey so far. We share in your excitement as you watch your children accomplish another milestone in life. We thank you for what you've done and what you will continue to do as they enter our high school. Parents and friends, I encourage you to stay involved over the next 4 years. Our students will need your advice to navigate what will come, but more importantly, your ears to listen to what they're dealing with. We're confident you will do just that. This milestone would not be possible without the patience and hard work of our K-5 and 6-8 teachers and staff. They've all helped build our students' foundation for and love of learning. Along with students, our FMS and staff are the heart and soul of our school community. They are committed to our district's mission and our school's philosophy based on seven essential elements of middle school education that help us remain committed to educating the whole child. Our staff at FMS recognizes and embraces the fact that teaching middle schoolers is different, yet oh so special. We're privileged to work with such dedicated and talented educators. Our students have definitely benefited from their excellence. Please take a second and join me in thanking them. And finally, good evening and welcome to our current 8th grade students, future Guilderland Central School District's graduating class of 2020. For most of you, this event has been 9 years in the making. It's required hard work, focus, and your commitment. Each and every one of you and all who love you deserve to cherish it. As I reflect on the last 3 years serving as house principal to our Mohawk students, even though I'm not allowed to have favorites, I recall many memorable and funny stories that I could share tonight. However, I wanted to look forward a bit. As our 8th graders begin high school, I'd like to try to offer some advice, not just from me, but from some really other smart people who have inspired me recently. Students, we're confident that you will someday soon change the world. You're leaving your time in the middle, where most of your assignments have been given to you. Some student choice has been built in along the way to help better prepare you for high school and your next phase. In the fall, you're going to enter a world where you will have more opportunities to take responsibility for your own learning. As you do this, I'd like to summarize what Dean James Ryan from Harvard's Graduate School of Education recently said about the questions that we all should be asking along our way. The first suggestion is that you learn how to ask good questions. Resist the temptation to think that you have the answers, and instead spend more time thinking about the right questions to ask. An answer can only be as good as the question that is asked. Posing good questions is hard. It requires you to see past easy answers and focus on the difficult ones. Well-posed questions make knowledge come to life and help to create curiosity. Good questions force other people and yourself to reconsider what you think you know and help open up possibilities that before the question were not there. Jonas Salk, who discovered and developed the polio vaccine, said, "What people think of as the moment of discovery is really the discovery of the question. It takes time and work to learn and discover how to ask those good questions." Dean Ryan offered more advice, and he spoke about 5 things you should regularly ask yourself and others. He believes if you get in the habit of asking them, you have a good chance of being both successful and happy in school and in life. The first question is, wait, what? Well, my 2 young boys pose this question, usually right after I ask them to clean up their rooms or feed the dog or take out the garbage. I think they hear me saying something like, "Brendan Cormack, blah, 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 blah," and then clean up your room. And then after an awkward pause and a deep breath by me, they ask the question, wait, what? Clean what? Now, wait and what is actually a very effective way of asking for clarification, which is crucial to understanding. It's the question that you should ask students before you draw conclusions or before you make a decision. It's important to fully understand an idea before you advocate for or against it. The wait, which becomes before the what, is also a good reminder to slow down before you truly understand. The second question is, I wonder. Now, you could also say, I wonder why, or I wonder if. Asking, I wonder why, is a way to remain curious in your own learning and about the world around you. Asking, I wonder if, is a way to start thinking about how you plan to improve that world. As in, I wonder why that's the way we do things around here, and I wonder if we could change it for the better. The third question, couldn't we at least, well, this will help you learn compromise. It's what helps you get past disagreements and reach consensus with other people. It's also a way to get started when you're not sure how to finish. So something like, couldn't we at least begin by getting the Chromebooks, a Google Doc getting ready, and settling on a date where we can meet in the library and begin our research? The fourth question, how can I help? It's human nature to try and lend a hand. How you help, though, matters. And if you ask how you can help, you're asking with humility for direction. You're also recognizing that others are experts in their own lives, and they will likely help you as much as you help them. The fifth question, what truly matters to me? This question forces you to get at the issues and the heart of your own beliefs. This can help you set your course of action or avoid circumstances and situations that don't align with what you students believe to be right and true. These 5 essential questions will help you be successful in high school and in life. Practice them. Wait, what? That's the root of understanding. I wonder gets at the heart of the curiosity of learning. Couldn't we at least is the beginning of all progress and change. How can I help is how you learn how to build and maintain positive relationships. And what really matters can help you understand who you are and who you will become. If you ask these questions regularly, especially the last one, you'll be in a good position to answer the bonus question, which is, at the end of the day, the most important question you'll face in the next 4 years. Did I get what I wanted out of my time at Guilderland High School? So students, get in the habit over the next 4 years of asking those 5 questions. Because when it comes time to ask yourself in 4 short years, did I get what I wanted out of high school? I'm confident that your answer will be, I sure did. Class of 2020, we're confident that you're destined for awesome and great places. Enjoy your high school years, make good choices, ask those questions, work hard towards your goals, and have fun along the way. You only get to do it once. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Laster. At this point, I want to welcome to the podium Mrs. Amy Horolchik. She is our assistant principal at Guilderland High School, and she is joining us to make her remarks this evening and to welcome you.
Thank you, Mr. Pipa. Good evening, everyone. I am honored and excited to be here tonight to speak to you, the Guilderland High School class of 2020. Get used to being called that. It's going to happen a lot. Sooner than you think, it will be Tuesday, September 6th, and I will be speaking to you again at your orientation right in this very room. Until then, I have 2 messages for you. I'd like you to think a little bit over the summer. The first message is inspired by the great author, Theodore Geisel, otherwise known as Dr. Seuss. Life's a great balancing act. There will be many aspects of your life as a Dutchman that you will have to balance. This is where the second message comes in. We have a saying here at the high school, hashtag we are Guilderland. That includes all of us. You are Guilderland and so am I. I live by that hashtag every day. I am Guilderland, born here, went to school here. In fact, when you go back to FMS tomorrow, you'll see my class photo above the FMS cafeteria doors. I live and work in Guilderland because I believe in our students and our schools. We are all Guilderland together. So let's get back to those messages from Dr. Seuss. His many words of wisdom will guide you for the next 4 years and beyond. When you walk out of FMS tomorrow, Dr. Seuss says, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. As you reflect on your time at FMS, think about what made you cry and what makes you smile. What are the friendships, laughs, and experiences that you had that put a smile on your face today? Over the course of the next 4 years, you will create experiences that make you laugh and make you cry, memories that will last a lifetime. Dr. Seuss also says you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. Only you can choose that direction. Make those choices for yourself. Only you can create those moments, those memories for yourself and for your peers. You can create those moments and make the best of them. My challenge to you is to create them together as a cohesive class of 2020. And again, Dr. Seuss says, if you keep your eyes open enough, oh, the stuff you will learn, oh, the most wonderful stuff. The opportunities will be there. Every time you turn a corner, there will be an opportunity for you if you just keep your eyes open to them. Getting back to my first message from Dr. Seuss, the most important piece of advice is from Oh, the Places You'll Go. Step with great care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot from your left. So don't mix up your right from your left, because you'll be in math when you're supposed to be in English. You'll get a chance to get to know the high school building, and before long you'll know exactly where you're going, and you won't mix that up again. As a Dutchman, there are so many opportunities for you to get involved: sports, academics, clubs, media, music, art, community service, on top of all of the other opportunities outside of school with family, friends, and organizations. Striking a balance is important. You can do so many things over the next 4 years. You can take every opportunity there is, or you can choose a few things and you can do them well. Choose a few things to focus on, and that is where you will make a difference for yourself and for the GHS community. If you focus on these few areas, your impact will be enormous. You will have the time and the opportunity to really make a difference. The key to keeping your balance is knowing when you've lost it. As you try out all the possibilities that are available to you, keep a close eye on your balance. The decisions you make during your freshman year next year don't have to stay with you until you graduate in 2020. If you try out a club, decide it's not for you, you can change directions. Remember, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose and change that direction at any time. I've given you enough Dr. Seuss for one night, so I want to close with that We Are Guilderland. Over the summer, think about what kind of Dutchman you will be. Think about making those moments, keeping your eyes open, balancing yourself, and be the Dutchman that you want to be. Thank you.
Eighth graders, today marks the point where you have completed the middle portion of your educational journey. You're ready to start high school, your high school career. We want you to feel proud, and we want you to know how proud we are of you. Perhaps the best way to capture what many of you may be thinking and feeling would be to hear from your classmates who you've chosen to speak for you this evening. And to begin that, we would like you to welcome to the podium right now, Colin Dane McEnany Ingraham. He will speak on behalf of Seneca 8D. We're going to take about 15 seconds to gear up.
Yep.
Remember, you look over me for your cues.
Nice and loud. Thank you, Mr. Pipa. Good evening, principals, teachers, and FMS class of 2016. It is an honor for me to be the speaker, Seneca 8D speaker, and your student council vice president. As we sit here tonight at GHS waiting to move to high school, I would like to talk about the accomplishments we've made together. We've come so far from elementary school to 8th grade. In elementary school, many of us met our first friends and learned our first lessons about the world. From kindergarten colors and letters to first grade reading and writing. In second grade, we flew high through metamorphosis, and by third grade, we could write our names in cursive. In fourth grade, we traveled through history with the Iroquois and immigrants, and in fifth grade, we learned to run our own businesses in the classroom marketplace. And then in the fall of 2013, we walked through the doors of FMS. Sixth grade was scary at first when we got lost in the halls, learned new foreign languages, and made our first middle school memories. We got to know each other and learned the ways of FMS. Seventh grade brought some of us to the welcome kitchen and our first school dances. We were getting used to FMS, but still had some questions along the way. Eighth grade has brought so many adventures to us, from going to flight with Seneca 8D to job shadowing and thinking about our future. As experts of FMS and surviving the 3 years of middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th, now we come to graduating the school that we are just getting used to. When we came into 6th grade, we all wondered, where's room 561 and what are facts? We all got to know each other through our clubs, our sports teams, our music ensembles. and everything we join to get one another. Next year, we will show GHS our grade and what we can do. We will show how courteous and brave we are to explore and learn from our school. We will show what our grade is really about, but most of all, we will stake our claim at GHS just like we did here at FMS when we first started our middle school's journey. GHS will be our school too. Look at the kids from your left and now from your right, and give them a high five. Go do it. Because these are the kids you've completed your middle school journey with and will begin your high school journey with. Even after we graduate GHS in 2020, we will be ready, because high school is not just preparing us for another bigger building, but a bigger world. And when you look back to your 8th grade year, you will remember the support that you have right now from your other 8th graders. My fellow graduates, I leave you with this. First grade is where it all began. All of us 3 to 4 feet tall, ready to take on the world, ready to conquer it all. Next came 5th grade celebration, such a fun and crazy day, with sadness of leaving elementary school wiping our tears away. Ready to take on the world to the place called FMS, having so much anticipation moving to our new address. My first impression was, it's so big, there's a round building too? I looked around and everyone was saying, what are we gonna do? Deja vu graduation happened again, leaving us all to take yet another route. Everyone all around you, to your left and to your right, signed on to go to GHS, so watch for the beacon light. Class of 2016, celebrate tonight, having climbed so high to the highest flight. Over the past 3 years, we've reached so many goals. Over the next 4 more, we'll take on so many new roles. Let this time in our lives be fantastic for all. GHS Class of 2020, see you in the fall. Everyone, this is the end of our broadcast. What's for lunch? Whatever they have for us in reception. We're serving up words of congratulations tonight. Today is our day. Hope you have a fantastic day and a fascinating journey to GHS. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for all the work we've done. FMS Class of 2016, we did it.
Thank you, Colin. At this time, I would like to bring to the podium, representing Hiawatha 8th grade, Jack Parsons.
This is gonna be fun.
You can pause and scroll down.
Okay.
All set? Mm-hmm. All right, man. Step right in and let it go.
Hello, class of 2020. First off, I would like to congratulate all of you. We did it. I'm very privileged to be here tonight, so I would just like to thank, first of all the parents that are here supporting their kids. And I would also like to thank my classmates for choosing me to represent them. And last of all, I would like to thank my family and the house principals for helping me make my speech that I'm giving you today. Some things we're told when we grow up is to try to be a leader, to try to show some respect, and to try to follow the golden rule. And to be honest, I bet that our class could try to write a list a mile long of all these lessons. But we're not just taught these lessons because our parents want to talk. We're going to need them when we move on to high school, because we're expected more and more as we're growing up. And most of us now are trying to work towards being this perfect person and trying to be this model. But where is this coming from? Where is this model coming from? Leaders. This model comes from leaders that are showing us respect, and they're treating us how they want to be treated. And don't be fooled. People that are just bossing you around and telling you one thing and then doing another aren't leaders, they're just hypocrites. So one middle school memory I bet all of you could remember is the assemblies for the Spotlight on Character. The Spotlight on Character tries to identify students that are showing character and respect in our school. And they award you with a really nice t-shirt that has a pretty nice drawing of all the different characters that we try to present here at FMS. And they make sure you never forget this award because it's always an extra large. Oh boy. And it's designed around 6 different pillars. If I can remember a few, it's honesty, respect, responsibility, perseverance, and 2 others I can't really remember. But can a leader really be missing one of these? Would you really follow someone that's not treating you with respect? Now, I would just like to remember one of my friends that got this award, and I was not surprised at all when he got it, because he was just an outstanding kid and he was always showing respect and character to everyone. So I would just like you to strive to be that person when you go into the high school. And as I was saying, there's no way any of us would follow a leader if they weren't treating us respectfully. I got it. So another lesson that most of us are taught when we're growing up is to be respectful, or basically the golden rule and pretty much common sense. And I bet all of us could really tell us what the perfect rule was, but most of us couldn't really tell us where it came from. But do you know where this golden rule has come from? It's come from every culture known to mankind, especially ours. And without respect, most of us aren't going to get our way when we move up to the high school. So I would like to tell all of you that respect will be very important in our lives. Now, another middle school memory I bet all of us have been through this year is being on a sports team. Now, a sports team requires an amazing amount of respect because one, you have to respect your coaches, your teammates, and as well as yourself. So once a team has got that amount of respect, they can do outstanding things. And I would like to recognize another kid that was on my team that always never forgot to show respect to everyone he knew. And not only was he talented at the sport, he never gave up a chance to help train with someone, and he would also always be there cheering others on. So I think that's wonderful that what he did. Now, as we're also growing up, more and more is expected of us, like I already said. But most of us aren't going to get a gold star every time we do something nice for someone. We're going to have to try to do other little subtle things to make our way. And one of those things is doing the right thing when no one's watching. And I like to call that integrity. Now, integrity is going to help us all along our lives because we're going to need to do whatever's right when we can, from getting a job to just trying to get dressed in the morning. Another middle school thing that hopefully most of us has thought twice about is cheating. Well, maybe I could just scribble down some answers. Maybe I could just finish my homework really fast. Or maybe I'll fail this test. A study of 90,000 12th grade students graduating, 75% of them were caught cheating on a graduation exam. So only 25% of them were able to wear that cap and gown with pride. So I would like all of us to show respect and just try to be that person and that just really good model. So as we move on to the high school, we're realizing that we're only getting older and that we just need to try to act like a bigger person. So I would like all of you just to look around you. Look at your friends and your family. They have seen you grown up since middle school and elementary school, and they've watched you become the person you are today. So I would like you to take your skills, take our friends, and take our family, and take our memories, and never forget them, because I ask you to never forget Farnsworth. I know we are the future, because we are the class of 2020. Thank you.
And now, representing Mohawk 8B, Kaylee Messier.
Teachers are always there to help you with the things you don't understand and help you learn little by little. Parents, well, they guide us through the challenges in life, the challenges that life throws our way. And certainly, but last but certainly not least, friends. Friends pick you up when you don't succeed, and they do everything they can to cheer you up. They understand you, they understand what you're going through, and also they know you for you. I have some pretty great friends, and I'm sure all of you do too. I've noticed some changes with my classmates during the last 3 years. Changes with their hair, the way they dress, their speech, and their attitude. Do you know why this happens so much in middle school? Well, it's because we're between child and young adult, and people are trying to figure themselves out. But also at the same time, people are too scared to adventure out because they want to be the quote-unquote weird or different one. But you know what? It's okay, because you're being you, and that's all that matters. As we move on to the high school, we will learn how to become more independent, more responsible, and they are going to prepare us for college and the careers we want to pursue in the future. The most important thing, though, that high school will prepare us for is challenges. Now, don't be scared of the word challenge, because all it is an obstacle on our way to the finish line. When they teach us lessons, and it's okay to make mistakes, because they teach us for the future. When we are graduating high school, we're going to look back at our middle school days, and we're going to think that they were easy. We're going to the high school, and I know some of you are scared. And being completely honest, I'm scared too. But it's okay. We're going to get through high school and go on with our lives. Some of us staying together, and some of us never seeing each other again. But we will always have the memories that we have made here. School helps you realize that things don't always come easy, and you need to work hard to succeed. I would like to thank my parents and all the parents sitting here before us. I would like to thank all the teachers and faculty for helping us succeed. And with that, I would like to leave you with this thought. I would like to thank my arms for always being by my side, sidewalks for keeping me off the street, and my eyes for always keeping me looking forward and focused. Congrats, class of 2016. We did it!
And now, representing Seneca 8C, Sally King.
I believe in the power of a smile. It has been said that a warm smile is the universal language of kindness. I have come to accept this statement as a true one over my 3 years here at Farnsworth Middle School. I know that to those of you who know me, one of my trademarks over these past 3 years has been my smiling face and my happy nature. What I want to do now is explain to you all why I think smiling is so important. A lot of this has to do with personal choice. I do, however, take into account that people have natural temperaments, some being more joyful than others. For me personally, I find that being joyful is a conscious choice I make every day. This is not something that has come quickly or easily to me either. It is something that has developed all throughout my life, but these past 3 years in particular. Let's be honest, middle school can be hard. We all have individual stressors and stressors that we deal with as a group, whether it be a small class or team or the entire student body. We all have those days where we tend to focus on the bad and the negative side of things. My philosophy in these situations is to accept the way that I feel. I accept that I do not feel happy in that moment, but I make it my priority to give every person I see a smile and to try to make them feel a little bit more joy. I feel like if I don't feel happy and I don't try to make the people around me feel happy, what good am I really doing? Smiling can do unfathomable amounts of good. Smiling at someone is a simple act of kindness, but I can assure you that it is not a small one. Countless times in my life, a genuine smile has helped me get through stressful situations and brighten my attitude more than I could say. This is something that is so necessary at school. There have been times that smiles from teachers and students are what get me through the day. I do feel as though I owe so much of my daily happiness to Farnsworth Middle School, which I know is rare for someone my age. The people here, both students and teachers, are constant sources of smiles and positivity. This is one of the things that I think makes it so special here. Did you know that smiling has been scientifically proven to make you feel better as you do it? Chemicals it releases in your brain actually improve your mood and the mood of the person on the receiving end of the smile too. The same happens when a person witnesses an act of kindness. It improves their mood and makes them more likely to pass it forward and show a random act of kindness to someone else. Smiling can also regulate blood pressure, and some scientists will go as far as to say that smiling can help you live longer. Isn't it fascinating to think about the effect that one simple smile can have? Each one of you has the power within you to turn someone's day around and your own in a matter of seconds. I want to thank you for being such a great audience and for choosing me to be your speaker. This middle school experience could not have been any better for me, and it is because each one of you has made it so special. So thank you for letting me talk, and I encourage you to be kind and to keep smiling throughout high school and throughout the rest of your lives. Thank you so much.
At this time, I'm going to ask all of our 8th grade chorus members to quietly come to the risers at the front of the stage. We have the pleasure this evening of being entertained by the 8th grade chorus under the direction of Ms. Shannon DeFrankville.
I'm right behind Finn. Go.
Carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond the illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming, I can hear them say, carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. Masquerading as a man with a reason, my charade is the event of the season. And if I claim to be a wise man, it surely means that I don't know. On a stormy sea of moving emotion, tossed about I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set a course for winds of fortune, but I hear the voices say, carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. Carry on, you will always remember. Carry on, nothing equals the splendor. Now your life's no longer empty. Surely heaven waits for you. Carry on, my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more.
It wasn't me, that was all Nick. I feel like I'm about to have to eat.
As we allow our members of chorus to find their seats, I would like to introduce our next speaker this evening, and that is Dr. Marie Wiles, our Superintendent of Guilford Central School District.
Thank you, Mr. Pipa. Let me start by saying awesome job, 8th grade chorus. That was fabulous. It's always unfortunate when I have to follow such a tough act. That was really great. Members of Board of Education, Mr. Laster and our middle school leadership team, faculty and staff, family, friends, and of course, our students. Good evening and congratulations for making it to the graduation ceremony from Farnsworth Middle School. You are the Guilderland graduating class of 2020. And from this point on, I am going to think of you as the group of students with perfect vision. We'll work with that over the next 4 years, but go with me there. It is truly my honor and a privilege to be part of this momentous ceremony because we're celebrating your accomplishments of all 396 of you who have completed all of the requirements set out by the New York State Board of Regents and the Guilderland Central School Board of Education to say, guess what? You're ready for high school. So give yourself a round of applause. I also want to take another minute to thank our families, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, who play such an incredible role in ensuring the success in each and every one of our students. So to the students sitting in front of me, I'd like you to turn to the audience and applaud those families that support you so well. Came over to me and told me that I was almost the cleanup batter tonight. So we're nearing the end of our ceremony. And I've paid close attention and I've noticed that you have all received a lot of advice tonight. And so I have some news for you. I'm going to offer you just a little bit more. And I want to take a little bit different twist on the idea of advice tonight. And I want to tell parents, don't get nervous when you hear what I'm going to say. My advice to all of you tonight is this: do not be afraid to make some mistakes. They are often the very best opportunity to learn and grow. And I want to illustrate this by a story I recently saw. It was written in a summary of an article in the TU a couple weeks ago from a book called Art and Fear. And it was about an art teacher and her ceramics class. And at the beginning of the semester, the teacher said to her class, I'm going to divide you into two groups. The first group, I'm going to grade you on the number of pieces of pottery you make during this semester. And to the other group, she said, I'm going to grade you on just one. So the semester unfolded, and when she came to the end of the time when she was working with these students, can you guess which group of students had the best pottery? The group who did a lot or the group who did just one? You're wrong. The group who had the most beautiful, creative pottery was the group who made the most, because as they tried again and again and made some mistakes, they learned from those mistakes, and the next piece of pottery they made was better and better. And the group of students who spent all that time perseverating on just one kind of lost the beauty of their work in all that concentration. So here's some thoughts for you. Don't be afraid to make some mistakes. And I want to share with you a list of just a couple really famous people who you probably thought never made any mistakes because they're so incredibly accomplished. So listen to a couple of them. Beethoven was said to have handled the violin awkwardly and preferred playing his own compositions instead of improving his technique. His teacher called him a hopeless composer. Walt Disney was fired by a newspaper editor for lack of ideas, and he went bankrupt several times before he built Disneyland and Disney World. Get this one, Albert Einstein did not speak until he was 4 years old, didn't even read till he was 7, and his teacher described him as mentally slow, unsociable, and adrift in foolish dreams. Henry Ford went bankrupt several times before he finally succeeded. And here's the quintessential one, Babe Ruth, considered by many sports historians to be the greatest athlete of all times, and was famous for setting the home run record in 1921 and held it till 1974. He also held the record for striking out. And he was famous for saying this: never let the fear of striking out get in your way. So I share these examples with you because I know in the 4 years ahead of you, you'll have many opportunities to try new things, have new experiences, set some new goals. I want to encourage you to be this: courageous as learners at GHS next year, and not to worry or get discouraged if the going gets tough or if you make a mistake. In September, you will be entering an amazing school. Guilderland High School is recognized locally and nationally as being a high school of considerable distinction. It's a place where students prepare to succeed in college and careers and in life. But your high school experience is only as great as you decide to make it. And that means being courageous, embracing opportunities to take classes you've never taken before, or try things that are brand new to you. So I'm going to wrap up by offering you my congratulations because I am so proud of what you've done so far. I'm going to watch with real interest you, my class with perfect vision, to see how beautiful the pottery you make is in the next 4 years. So welcome to Guilderland High School. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Wiles. I want to bring back to the podium our building principal, Mr. Michael Laster, to introduce the houses and to perform the recognition of graduates by team.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the future graduating class of 2020 by their respective houses that they were assigned to this year at FMS. 8th graders from Seneca House, please stand and be recognized. Eighth graders from our Hiawatha House, please celebrate. And last but not least, I feel like I'm graduating too. I joined you on the 3-year journey. Mohawk House, please stand and enjoy the moment. On behalf of all of us at FMS students, we will miss you all. We wish all of you good luck in high school. We're proud of every single one of you and excited to see what you will do in the future. Thank you.
As we conclude this evening, I want to say a special thank you to all of our FMS staff who are here this night, volunteering their time to celebrate with all of you. Your achievement graduating from Farnsworth Middle School, class of 2020. I want to conclude this ceremony by letting you know that we've arranged for traffic control with our Guilderland Police Department. They're going to accommodate the number of vehicles we have leaving campus, but most importantly, 8th grade students, do not leave tonight without a couple of gifts we have for you. One is our panoramic 8th grade photo. We have a copy for each and every one of you. There are people in the back ready to pass those out. and a commemorative keychain because you are the class for GHS of 2020. Congratulations.